So today's session, I will be running Become a Mighty JSON Whisperer, a tale of using RegEx magic in your Bubble workflows, is actually something that will be some of a base for the whole meeting, but it's show and tell. So let me start with showing what I have. So I created an app. I don't know if you see it properly. Can you please confirm that you see my screen with the send by? Because yes, that's great. That's quite weird. So anyway, this is the app I created in Bubble after having this done with this a bit of vibe coding last year, but it was a mix. So I moved it from HTML, JS, and CSS to Bubble entirely. And the reason for that was that I needed it privately for my own needs in my company, because I'm working in Google Workspace, and I was having problem when you link in Google Workspace and Gmail is your main client that you should use. If, for example, you use Slack and put email to the link to an email on Slack, it will not open you Gmail, because Gmail is not a client, it's a website. Yeah. So the issue was that I had to overcome this somehow, and this is how Sendby was born. So let me just show you the key functionality it offers. So you get a window like an email. So what you do is, for example, you go for john@mail.com. Then you put CC and so on and so forth. And of course, you can write the email yourself. Highly, that's the best approach. That we should still remember that writing our own emails is quite nice, not giving everything to AI. But when you are using Sendby, for example, you want to have an email in which you want to enhance recruitment process. Yeah. So I have several kinds of templates ready to fetch. For example, like this one: application received, job title, @ company name. Of course, you need to fill this. At first, you can save the template. I will show it in a moment. And then you have all the details to use. I know there are many companies that have better solutions for that when it comes to creating emails. But still, even the bigger ones may have issues with using Google Workspace and linking to mails. But I'm trying to rather fit this need to smaller companies which don't have specific tools and so on. So what's happening then? For example, you want to have a template for such an email ready to be sent very quickly by your, for example, talent acquisition team, or if you used, for example, I don't know, some kind of a help desk solution. Yeah, so you want to create a ticket. Yeah. So imagine that your help desk wants you to reach out to them with specific content. Yeah. So they don't have to reach back and ask more questions and so on. So this may be a solution. Yeah? You put a link to an email on the website. But what's going on? We have the content and everything, and then Sendby generates the link to an email. It takes a moment for the script to go. And what you can do later on is you can either preview or send this email right away after you've, of course, changed the content on this page. So you gave detailed description of what happened and what's the urgency and so on and so forth. Again, in situations where companies don't have solutions that facilitate this, like, I don't know, Jira tickets, which is not that obvious. There are many companies which don't utilize it, especially if there are smaller ones. And then you can either use it for Gmail, but what I also thought at a certain moment is that you can also use it with Outlook, and you probably would like to use it with some other tools. Yeah. So there are two versions: the Mail to the standard one covered by Outlook, and there is also the Gmail one. And also, if you use this email, it will also, this link, it will also work with Gmail on mobile. I don't know, there is this difference. So, but let's say the standard thing you can do is you copy this, or you can go with shortening it with tinyURL. So then if you do it, it goes through tinyURL API, and you get the same thing, but with a very short link. So imagine that basically what's happening is you get this, this link, which after using it, and after you copy it, you get confirmation, the visual one. After copying it, you can use this linking somewhere else, and this is how it will look like. I hope you see the Gmail window opening right now. So this is what happens. It's all, you are getting email which is pre-filled with the data you just created. So this is what can happen, and you can use it once, and that's it. You can also save template, and it will go into your templates, which you can manage here. And as you can see, the description is empty. We have the Gmail link shortened because we did it. We didn't shorten the Outlook link, and we don't get description from because of one simple, I wouldn't say problem, one decision you made as a user. Because as you can see, you don't have to use AI for making it all work. You can go with the preset templates. You can write your own. But when we were doing it, let me refresh the page. So what happened is when you wanted to save it, yeah, you had this little thing here, which is described below. Because imagine the company doesn't like their data running around through different APIs, working with AI. So I give the users the option not to use AI at all. In the future, probably I will add functionality in which you can choose your own API for the AI. Right now, it's a preset one, so it can't be set. So if I chose this and saved this template, you see there is this animation, it's done. In this case, we have the description ready because the user agreed that it will go through the API and wants the description. Description is AI based around what's going on in the email. Very short one, and of course, as a user, you can change it. And when it's empty or whatever happens in the app, if you change anything, you get this prompt informing you that something changed, and if you don't save, it's gone. It will be back to the previous state if you go back to the database without saving, basically. Yeah. So this is the description, right? Okay. And then if you save it, it gets saved and the prompt is gone because you saved it. You can also add this to the favorites, for example, and when you do it, it will be put on the top of the list. So everything that is with the star, it goes to the top, not to. It doesn't have. Then you don't have to scroll to find the proper template if it's the favorite one. Okay, so when you have the link ready, as you can see, you can toggle between use your template. So those are the saved ones, the pre-made ones, the manager back again. So if you want to use your own templates, you can also make a short preview with the description. You can either delete it or use this template so it will get fetched. As you can see, when this is empty, your template may get easily fetched. So that was the main idea I had, that it would be nice not only to generate all those templates, but basically to be able to run them inside Sendby and manage the saved ones. and so on. And you can also like them here. Okay, so this is the main functionality, and I've already been using this for my own purpose, and actually some people from my company already tested it out, and it works. It works really well. It's very useful. Sometimes it's for such short and simple purposes, like just having the email. But it's easier to get this Gmail link still this way instead of trying to figure it out how it should look like. If you have any questions regarding those functionalities, the chat is open. What I want to do now is also show you some solutions, how it was done. Sorry, sorry for that. It's how it was done, and the base for this meeting. So this RegEx. If you use AI and sometimes you want to have the result in JSON format, it's good to have one with various keys inside, but then you have to divide the content from those and distribute in various input fields. For example, what I did, but you could, there are various other solutions you could do that for. So let's go into the editor. So yeah, the workflow. First things first. So when the user hits this generate template, yeah. Sorry, one more thing, because I haven't showed you the AI editor. As I said, the user does not have to use AI to use this tool at all. AI is just a nice to have feature, actually. With all those only AI built tools, it's still quite old school, and you can do it yourself. You don't have to ask algorithms and so on to help you. You can do it on your own. You can even decide not to have description that is automatically done. But if you want to have some helping hand, you can do it here. So you can, for example, write me an email from the CEO informing that there will be a summer party. And what you can do, you can choose the standard approach to emojis. So some of them, once in a while, there will be some emoji. You can go all in when it comes to emojis and go for more emojis. You can choose not to have them at all if you don't like them, or have them only in the subject. And have them means have one, preferably. And it works. That the AI is quite, in the line, and if we say that you need to have just one emoji, I would say 99% cases there is exactly one emoji. So the prompt is quite complex, I would say, as well. Sorry for that. And when you do it, let's say, let's go with the standard. Generate template, mining creativity crystals. As you can see, we get the subject and we get the content. What you have to do as the final user, insert date, time, and location. Of course, you could put it in the prompt. You would get exactly what you are asking for. And then you can also, of course, generate the link. This is the link for the new version. And of course, you can still save this template. As you can see, when you are generating with AI, the assumption is that, yeah, you agree to use AI, basically. So you don't have to decide whether you want to use AI or not on the button, because it's already there. When it generates the description as well. It's the third thing that gets generated apart from subject and the message. So this is not here anymore. It's only visible if you generate without using AI. It's quite logical. Okay, so as you could see, we had subject and message, and we have descriptions separately, fetched into different locations. And then there was also this text that was visible during the generation period, so when we were waiting for the API return. So how it's done and how I solved it, because it was quite problematic at a certain moment. We couldn't see the editor, only the website. Yeah, I will show you the editor right now. I'm switching to it because I wanted to go through all the functionalities. So back to the editor. Let's start with the editor right now. So what happens when the user clicks generate template? Here's the workflow. So the first thing that's happening is there is this custom state started generating, which turns into yes. And when it can't see it, you don't see it, the editor. Okay. Let me check. This is the first time I'm using. This is the first time I'm using this tool. Thanks for. I should switch screen. Probably, yeah. Okay, so. Okay. How about now? Do you see it? Do you see the editor? You should probably. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for confirmation. All right. So we're in the editor, and there is this, opened also AI editor, because this is where we will be using this RegEx. So when the user hits generate template, this is the workflow that it's solving all of this. So first thing that happens is the custom state started generating, changes to yes. Why? Because we want to have this nice animation of different texts. So if we go into data and option sets, as you can see, there are lots of them. They are all about what's happening, whispering to digital butterflies, or tuning creativity antenna, or brewing thought cappuccino, and many, many more. Of course, I made them using support from AI, but I made some of them my own because I really like to still remember about the fact that I am a human and I have my own creativity. So then what's happening when the user hits this, and when it's set to yes, there is this generate template. That's the text itself has the conditional that when the start generating is set to yes, there is this, there is this option set, and there should be a random item displayed. So you never know what will be shown on the list, and there is a lot of them. So you can have fun as a user, just trying out what will be shown next. So it's really nice to have feature, but I think it looks nice. So when this happens, then there is this OpenAI call to make the completion based on the prompt, obviously. And then what's going on? This is the core I wanted to show. The AI returns the entire JSON. So one run response, which has 3 keys as asked in the system prompt. The first key is, of course, the subject. The second one is the body of the email. And the third one is the description that will be put in the template gallery for the user to see what exactly is this template about. With simple scrolling, she sees the title, but sometimes the description is adding extra information, and that's enough just to to see what's going on. So I had an issue with getting the specific value from this JSON, and I tried different solution than RegEx at first. Tried some plugin to work with JSONs, and it wasn't working really well with me. I had several problems with this, and I wasn't sure how to overcome this. And you must also know that I'm still feeling a bit rookie when it comes to Bubble. I started in the second half last year, thanks to Tomek, who is together with us here with the Bubble Masters course, and this was what I was working on, and I finally came to conclusion that maybe this old school approach with this regular expressions I knew from my, for example, front-end development studies, because I had some technical background. Maybe that's the thing. So exactly that's what I did. So I'm setting states for every part of those of this API return call, but I'm setting a different custom state for the body, different custom state for the subject, and different custom state for the description. So this is what's happening. I'm taking the result of step 2, of course, and the choices first. Probably you know that, but that I'm extract with regex. And this is the quite complicated, actually. I'll paste it to the chat. So this is, for example, how the structure looks like when you want to only take the text that is in the description key in regex. I didn't write it on my own. I asked AI how it should look like, and I got like 1-2 iterations to make it work exactly as I want. Yeah, so you can see that it removes the name of the key and removes everything that's after the content in the key, and this is how it looks like. And this looks exactly the same when it comes to body and when it comes to the subject. Yeah, what you change is just the name of the key. So you can use it as a standard approach and just change the name of the key you are expecting to get from AI, from this JSON file. And yeah, and then started generating turns to no again. So we stopped getting this animation with funny texts. And then we display data in message and in the input field. And that's what's going on. So this is the main thing I wanted to show you. And let me just check the checklist I prepared before, just not to forget anything. But no. Okay, what are the next steps I'm trying to get with this tool? So definitely, I need to work on generating those links because it takes longer than I would like to, especially knowing that when I had this solution firstly done with HTML, JS, and CSS, it was working like that. Now it doesn't. Bubble is taking way too long to make this work. I'm using a plugin for that. And I will be switching to either clean.js that is solving this puzzle of changing the template into a link, or I will be switching to Cloudflare workers. And so this is the next step I'm definitely going to do, because it's 10 seconds, sometimes less, but it can be less than 1 second. So I still want to make it faster. So that's the first next step I'm thinking about doing, and I will do it. Basically, I have to, because I can't sleep because of that. Or maybe not that harsh. Another thing I already mentioned, I want to add some options to be set by the user. So for example, giving the opportunity to set the user's own API for the AI. So to have more control and I don't know, think about safety and so on. You can also use local models with, for example, LM Studio. If you set this properly, it should also work. So if the user wants to feel more safe regarding the data, even though the main companies, the SOTA companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, and so on, they openly say that they don't train their models on APIs. We still have to have this at least small amount of not trusting them in the back of our heads. So this is another thing I will do, and also I need to set the responsiveness of the page also for mobile, because currently the approach that is desktop first, which is understandable from the perspective that this solution is mostly for B2B solutions. Privately, you can also use it, but it's much more useful when it's done in the companies, because it solves their main pain points, especially if they're using Google Workspace and Gmail as main solution. This is the core, but I already know after some discussions with people who saw this, that this is not the only case. people from companies that use Outlook and so on also see value in that. Of course, market will finally decide if it's worth or not. But even if not, I will still be using it because it started as something for myself. Okay. This is the main part of the presentation. As I also wrote, the first 30 minutes is for, show and tell. And I hope you liked what you saw, and I, provided some useful information, some hints, and maybe some inspiration. Now it's the Q&A time. For the 15 minutes. So if there is anything you would like me to show, discuss, answer, I'm glad to do it. And thanks for staying with me for the first 30 minutes. Thanks a lot. So yeah, I'm waiting for the questions. You can also reach me on LinkedIn if something pops later on and you don't have nothing in your mind right now. Let me just share the link here. Oh, sorry, I don't have a LinkedIn logged here. So yeah, but I'm still, if you have questions, feel free to ask them. And here is my LinkedIn address. You can invite me, you can send me questions, we can connect. Long story short. With this waiting time for any things that may pop up, let me just think what I'm getting too late. Sorry. No worries. No worries. By the way, greetings from Poland. I don't know where you are from various countries, definitely. So greetings from Poland. I'm not from Japan. I don't know. This is just a nice T-shirt I saw in Spain recently, and I had to buy it. There's also one thing I'm using in this on this website with the solution is because the content given from the AI is having also marks when it shows that there is the new line, so /n. So what I also do here is I clean this text from this /n. I don't know if I can show it to you right now. Yeah, find and replace. So you see that whenever there is this /n, I replace it by nothing, by empty void. So this is also another cleaning thing that's happening with this AI response. And also not only with AI, but also I think with those templates, if I can remember correctly, that are pre-made. Yeah. So of course there's this we don't see it right now, but you could see it in the production version. And this the page itself still is in the testing mode, so you can still test it out for free, but not for long. The plan is to either launch it with the payments through Stripe and so on this week or the next one, depending on my time constraints. So feel free to test it out right now or in the coming days, and afterwards, if you feel that it's worth working with, the paid version will be available. And if you would like some kind of discount, just ping me on LinkedIn and mention that we met at Dev Day. We'll figure it out. And you go, yeah, I'm feel free, and I hope when you see the recorded video, you will find it valuable and useful. All right, I'll give you some time. I'm staying here for several more minutes. If you don't have any questions, I will not be presenting anything more because I've shown the main functionalities and the main tricks I wanted to share with you. Thanks a lot for staying with me, and yeah, see you somewhere on the no code path. And I hope your projects are also, working well, and you're pushing on it. By the way, if you want to share your websites, your projects, what you're working on, you can also share them on chat. I'm also happy to see them, to check them out. That will be a pleasure. If not, I'll wait 3 more minutes until 10:05 my time zone. In general, just 3 minutes, whatever the time zone. 3 minutes are 3 minutes, 180 seconds, and that's it. And then I'll just think, what if there's something extra I could share with you. Thank you, Yukio. See you next time as well. And there's this loader I didn't show to you. So this is what's happening before the page loads, in case there is something happening in the background. This is what you can see. And because the page is called send by, it's almost like standby. So there is this little pun, a rather dry one, but whatever. Okay, I don't think there will be any more questions, and I don't want to sit with you in silence, because you've probably got way more interesting things to do than that. So again, thank you a lot. It was really a pleasure to stay here with you and present something, even though I'm still fresh in the topic. So I'm really humbled by that. And we had more than 10 people, which is great. I wasn't expecting even this number because I saw the titles of other presentations. Thank you again. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Have a great night, whatever your time zone is. Thanks a lot. And see you somewhere. Bye-bye.